That's not easy for Crawford. I mean, it's Canelo has the big advantage, but Crawford needs to manage well his body, his speed, and his power, because he's moving up to another level of weight.
I asked this because you did it with Margarito.
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez.
Warnings are pouring in from every corner of the boxing world. Many believe Terence Crawford is about to make the biggest mistake of his career by stepping into the ring with Canelo Alvarez. After years of build-up, Crawford is finally set to face old Canelo Alvarez on September 13th in Las Vegas for Canelo's undisputed super middleweight crown. Both fighters are widely regarded as pound-for-pound greats of this era. But they also know one brutal truth. A loss here could knock either of them off the throne. For good.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that.
Amir Khan has already warned Crawford not to take this fight lightly. And even though Crawford acts calm and confident, he has previously admitted that 2 things about Canelo genuinely concern him. Power and size. Canelo's reputation for destruction is well earned. Over half of his wins have come by knockout. No matter how cool Crawford plays it, the size difference is impossible to ignore. Speaking to TMZ Sports in September 2024, Crawford said, "This fight is massive. Definitely. You've got 2 guys that are top 3 pound-for-pound going head-to-head. I understand Canelo is bigger than me, but I'm up for the challenge. I think it's a very intriguing fight." He sounds composed, but that confidence only masks the danger. This isn't just another bout. This is warfare.
Terence Crawford and Canelo.
I don't think that should happen. Look, I like Crawford, and I think Canelo is a beast that way. Honestly, I would advise Crawford not to.
Mexican legend Juan Manuel Marquez didn't sugarcoat a thing when asked for his take. In a candid clip posted online, Marquez backed his fellow countrymen to not only beat Crawford, but knock him out. "I think it's a dangerous fight for Terence Crawford. Maybe, yes, Canelo wins by knockout." That's as blunt as it gets from a Hall of Famer like Marquez. And is not alone. Many believe Crawford is stepping in way over his head, especially given the sheer size difference.
The fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right. Weight classes.
You know what?
Right.
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for And Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight. But I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimo.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with.
Super welterweight champion Israel Madrimov didn't hold back either. Speaking to Ringside 24, Madrimov dismissed the idea of a competitive fight outright. "Not even close," he said. "Canelo is too strong, too experienced at this weight. Crawford is a great fighter, but moving up to 168 pounds is a massive risk. Canelo's power and body shots will be too much for him. I don't see it being competitive." Madrimov's cold, clinical breakdown echoes what insiders have been whispering for months. This isn't Spence. This isn't Potter. This is a naturally bigger, smarter, more brutal fighter who knows how to use every pound and every inch.
Like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour.
Bob Arum, who helped build Crawford's career and promoted him for years, knows him better than most. But even he isn't backing him in this one. That I, in an interview with Fight Hub TV, Arum made a bold prediction. "I think Canelo wipes the floor with him. Love Crawford. I told you when Crawford was fighting Spence that he beat the hell out of him. But Canelo is a different proposition. It's an interesting fight, but I think there's only one winner. Canelo is used to fighting at a certain level. And I don't think Terence can hurt Canelo, but Canelo can hurt Terence. Arum still believes Crawford is the most skilled technician in boxing, but this fight, in his view, isn't about slickness. It's about punishment. And Canelo, he says, delivers more of that.
For Canelo, there's a lot of talk about that.
I think Canelo wipes the floor with him. I love Crawford. I told you when Crawford and Spence that Crawford would beat the hell out of him. But Canelo is a different proposition. It's an interesting fight, but I think there's only one winner.
What fight would make the most? He wipes the floor with him.
What?
Is it because of the weight difference?
Because Canelo, Canelo is used to fight.
Eddie Hearn, who's worked closely with Canelo for years, believes the outcome comes down to one word: size. Speaking to Boxing Social, Hearn broke it down. Crawford didn't just jump to 168. He just moved up to 154. Before that, he was at 147, then 145. The size jump is too extreme. Even in his fights at 154, Hearn pointed out, Crawford didn't physically dominate the way you'd expect from someone moving up again so soon.
Now, what the media is reporting, and it's circulating, is that Canelo Crawford is the biggest fight of the decade. I mean, to a purist and a fighter, it's laughable. Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov.
Hearn brought up one fight in particular, Crawford versus Madrimov, and didn't hold back. I think Crawford struggled against Madrimov, who's a strong 154-pounder. Now imagine him in there with Canelo at 168. That's a whole new level. He'll really feel it in there. Still, Hearn gave Crawford credit for his elite-level skill, movement, and boxing IQ. But in the end, he doesn't think it'll be enough to close a brutal gap in size and raw power.
He's still favoring Crawford in the fight, or has your opinion changed?
I mean, I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you feel
of course,
big.
Yeah, I like Terence. I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh and because of the threat, and he's getting on as well, Crawford, but it's just like the mindset of Crawford. Like, there's no doubt in Terence Crawford's mind that he wins this fight. And when you spend a bit of time with him, you kind of start buying into that. And I guess
Canelo is walking into this fight with something we haven't seen from him in a long time: emotion. Ever since the NYC face-off with Crawford, something shifted. Has admitted that in recent fights, he wasn't fully locked in. But this one, it's personal. And that kind of energy could make him even more dangerous than the calm, composed Canelo who outboxed Golovkin or dismantled John Ryder.
Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Errol Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make one.
Canelo didn't just talk. He gave a chilling reminder that he pointed to his 2021 bout with Billy Joe Saunders as a warning. Saunders, like Crawford, thought he could outmaneuver Canelo, frustrate him, outbox him. And for a while, it worked, until Canelo shattered his eye socket with a vicious uppercut in round 8. Saunders never fought again. That it's not just a memory, it's a message.
Tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from...
In a fiery moment on Fight Hub TV, Canelo revealed what's fueling him. It's a little more personal. I did respect him, but I don't respect him anymore. He said, "Oh, I'm not going to do what they tell me to do." Maybe Turki Alalshik told him, "Hey, you need to do something because you seem nervous in Riyadh." Canelo felt disrespected by Crawford's pre-fight energy. And when asked how he plans to respond, his answer sounded more like a warning than a tactic. You watched the Saunders fight, right? He pissed me off. So, it's going to be almost the same. That kind of mindset changes everything. This isn't chess anymore. It's a hunt. Canelo feels insulted. He sees Crawford entering his territory at 168 pounds, a division Crawford doesn't belong to naturally. Yet despite the tension, Canelo still gave him credit that he knows Crawford isn't an easy target. In fact, he might be the most complete fighter Canelo has ever faced. But in Canelo's eyes, that won't matter, not with a size gap this wide and emotions this high. He's a good fighter. He's a great fighter. But this is one of the best fights of my career, and I think I'm going to show who I am, Canelo said.
You and Canelo, what would it look like?
Come on, man. Y'all know what I do. I ain't got to talk about it on the streets. I'm me against anybody. I ain't never gonna say another man gonna whoop me. So, you know what I mean? That's your answer right there.
I guess in Guadalajara, you think it'd be a little different on the streets if Terence came to town?
I think every city.
In an interview with Seconds Out, retired legend Miguel Cotto, who shared the ring with Canelo in 2015, gave his verdict: the set of skills at Crawford can cause a lot of trouble for Canelo. It's a short statement, but it hits hard coming from a man who went 12 rounds with Canelo for the WBC middleweight title. Canelo won that fight on points, but Cotto fought with pride. Now, years later, Cotto sees danger again, but this time, it's not coming from him.
Bud gonna cook Canelo. I think he's gonna cook him. I think, Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud just got all the tools to beat him.
You don't think the weight difference is gonna be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, in certain fights,
Boxing makes it something, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's physically kind of big, but height-wise, he's kind of small.